Hi Sophia, this is my presentation of Marvel Rivals for the school assignment you gave us, and I'm going to talk about how you get good at Marvel Rivals, how you play the game, and the different roles the game has, also how you can improve and get better at the game. But then I'm also going to shortly talk about the characters I like to play and why I find them fun, and just my general experience with the game so far. So let's get into it. So Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 team-based hero shooter where you play as Marvel characters, like Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, just Marvel characters from Marvel Comics. What makes this game different, not really different, but just what a 6v6 hero shooter is basically a game where obviously there's 6 people versus another 6 more people on the other team. And the point of Marvel Rivals is we have one team which job it is to push a payload forward. It's like this vehicle mostly. The name is payload in most games, but in Marvel Rivals it could be a bunch of different things. Sometimes it's just a wagon, sometimes it's at least like some sort of thing that you need to push across the map. And team 1, let's just call them team 1. Team 1's job is to push it forward, and the second team 2 then, their job is to stop them from pushing it to the end of the map. And in the way you do this, in the way you how you achieve this is by killing. It's the same thing, but you get a point. Like killing the opponents, and they respawn, but basically you have a timer. Like I think it starts at 2 minutes, and then you the map is divided into three checkpoints. At every checkpoint you gain another 2 minutes. So basically you have a limited amount of time, and if you do not push the payload to the end by the end of the timer, team 2 wins. But if you get it to the end, then team 1 wins. So basically the goal of team 2 is to kill the team 1 so they can't be near the payload to push it forward. And there's a bunch of different maps, characters, and different ways to play the game, which we will get into later. So now I want to talk about the characters and what makes the game feel so unique when you play it, but also things that is important in the game. Most people just think that you just need to have a good aim and you can just carry the whole game, which is kinda true in the lower ranks, but it is after all a team game with 5 other people on your team. So it's really important to work as a team, and you need to always think about your positioning, your strategy as a teamer, and working together, because you alone will never just win against 6 people. You need to work as a team. And I feel like one of the coolest parts of the game is that most of the characters, not all, some characters are a bit redundant and feel the same as another character, but the majority of the characters feel unique and have a unique playstyle that's designed to them or given to them. They all have different abilities, different ultimates, and different playstyles, and it makes it so the game doesn't feel as repetitive, because switching characters can change how you play the game completely. And I think the game has about 40, close to over 45 characters, somewhere closer to 50 maybe. And these characters are divided into 3 categories, or main role, like roles we call them. Role number one is Vanguard, and the Vanguard's job is to tank damage and shield the other teammates from damage. So like absorb damage, use shields to protect the team, and just they do damage as well, but not as much as say a duelist whose main job is to kill and kill. The tank's job or the Vanguard job is being in the front line and controlling the fight. And then the second role is duelist, which I just mentioned. Their job is to do damage and kill. They need to pressure the enemy team and create openings for the rest of the team to attack. So, well, yeah, they're not really that much talk there about them. They're just supposed to like attack and kill the other team. But as strategists, on the other hand, their job is to heal and like make sure that the whole team survives. So they need to constantly heal other teammates and look out for the people in the front line. And some people find it kind of boring, and well, maybe not all heroes are fun as a strategist, but there are some who also do damage and heal, so you can still do some damage and attack, but you also need to heal your team. Okay, so now let's talk about how you can improve at the game. There are a couple of things that you need to think about, but the first, and maybe depending on how you feel, the most important thing is to fix your sensitivity. And the reason why this is extremely important is because if you have too high of sensitivity, then your aim will be inconsistent and you will miss a bunch of shots. But if your sensitivity is too low, you likely won't be able to react fast enough and won't have time to catch up with the enemies, and well, you will miss them and then as well. And how you can find your sensitivity is to spend some time in the practice range, which the game has, because there you can check around, see what feels good to you, move your mouse, see if you can hit the dummies that are in the practice range consistently. And if you can do that and you feel like you have a good sensitivity, then you're good to go. But the second thing you need is to learn your character, not maybe like really get into every little thing about the character, but you need to be able to at least play the character. Don't just use your abilities randomly because you don't know how they work, or don't know the cooldowns. It's important to know when and how long a cooldown is, because maybe you will waste your abilities and then you won't have any abilities for the next fight. So it's really important to know what your abilities do, like somewhat how long their cooldowns are, and be able to use the cooldowns and use the abilities, and it will be somewhat good with the character. This will really help you with winning fights. And the third thing you need to think about is being able to be flexible, because it's a team game after all. So if you're, let's say that your team has 3 duelists, but and you're one of those duelists, then the team only has 1 tank and 2 healers and 3 duelists. Then you need to be able to also play not tank, Vanguard. But then you also need to be able to play the Vanguard role, or a one character from the Vanguard role, so your team doesn't lose because you can't play any of the roles. So the key to winning most games is just being able to switch characters, being flexible. Also, a very good thing, not very good thing, but a thing that's really important in this game is to counter swap. What this means is essentially that you swap to a character that counters another character, and this is also a reason that you need to be good at switching characters and know a lot of characters, because if someone switches to a character that counters yours, you need to be able to switch on to another character that counters their character. And the probably last, well, this could also be one of the most important tips, and well, the last one, and that is to always stay on the objective, because a lot of players focus too much on kills, but at the end of the day, the to win you need to push the payload and defend it to win the game. So you need to be careful to not uh, push too much into the enemies and stay at the payload, because otherwise you might run away from the payload and then the other enemy team will win. And that kind of concludes the video. I mean, there isn't really much more to say, except I guess kind of the reasoning for this video. And well, obviously, because it's assignment from you, Sophia, but also because I thought it would be fun to talk about a game which I spend a lot of my free time on, and play with my friends, and it's a game that I really enjoy and think it's really fun. So I thought, why not make it a school assignment as well, because it's like two birds in one stone, kind of. So I thought I was kind of smart. But I hope you liked the video, Sophia, and that's really. Goodbye. Have a great day.